Hey guys, welcome to the Shortwave Radio channel. And as we talk about the old radios that I had and so on, at one point I had these. So these are walkie talkies. They're CB channel walkie talkies. And it was very interesting. The story behind this is that I was, you're 11, 12 years old. You just fiddle around and you open your brother's drawers and look what's in the drawers and so on. I remember looking into the drawers because my brother had a lot of candies and he liked, chocolate and candy, so he always had something in his drawers. So I'd, open the drawers to get some candy, but I came across in one of his drawers boxes where these were almost like new, in box and in a drawer. So I remember back in the day, I looked at him and I said, you have kind of walkie-talkies or something in your drawer and something. And he said, oh, yeah. He said, I've never used them. And he opened the drawer and said, take them if you want them. And I was like, oh, okay. And that was probably my first ever world of radio, because I took these and they were actually surprising quality for what we had back in the day, because there's a lot of cheap walkie-talkies that we barely could, speak 3 or 4 houses away. These were actually much better. They had 3 channels. I still remember. I had only the channel for crystals for channel 14. I didn't really go with Radio Shack or anything back in the day. I was too young for that still. And I didn't know that they would have crystals for other channels. But I had a lot of fun with those. And I don't remember if it's the exact model, but I remember they looked like a book when you look at the way that they're designed. And so they are similar to those that you see here. And had a lot of fun. And back in the day, it was high, like Solar Max back in 1979, around that time. So there's a lot of skip. I had no idea that the skip that I was hearing was coming from so far away. I would sometimes get angry as a kid and say, hey, get off the channel. I only have one channel, but didn't know that the people I was hearing were actually people from really far away from the United States that would skip. And, man, these I had a lot of fun with. And I have a friend of mine that was a little geeky like I was, so we would just have fun going around and just, seeing how far we can talk to each other. Back in that, pretty much 78, 79. And had a lot of fun. That also is part of my experience of starting to listen to radio and what radio is all about. I was fascinated with, I just have these and I can talk a long distance. I was trying to, back in the day, I would, and it's still today, I would kind of imagine these invisible waves going out and going far away to where my friend was, or, if I talk. And I actually used those to do my first, which I guess would be pirate radio station, if you want. I would take those and I would actually tape the button so that it was always on, and I would make my own radio show with this on channel 14. And I remember one time having a CBer that was not far from where I lived, and he would tell everybody, he says, hey, there's some guy playing music on channel 14. That was later on when I had my multi-band radio that I could hear other CBers. And so I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. Somebody's hearing me. I would call them my friends and say, hey, my friends that had anything that could listen to. I had a couple of friends that had walkie-talkies, and it was like, I would call them up and say, hey, can you hear me? Most of them couldn't, but it was kind of the fun of the day. And boy, these also were something. I remember they were using 9-volt batteries back in the day. So, they weren't lasting very long because 9-volt batteries were not that great for something like that. But boy, that also reminds me of my my childhood, just before becoming a teenager. Fanon, Fanon. Still remember that, and I still remember the surprising quality. They had this little Morse code button on the side. We could send Morse code, and I remember that there was a panel where they showed you the Morse code letters and have each letter, and I would actually study them and try to send words in Morse code with it, as it was doing like beeps when you were sending Morse code. Pretty cool. Once again, this is also something that roughly, just before the multiband radio I talked about. The multiband radio came after, and there was this transition period where I had the walkie talkies and the multiband radio also. This was cool, and I have some great memories of that too. And like I said, the years are a little rough and trying to remember, but I'd put this into 1978, 1979 also. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe, give us thumbs up. Thank you for watching.